So how does God overpower Elijah's fears? Verse 11, the Lord said, go out and stand on the mountain in the presence of the Lord, for the Lord is about to pass by. Then a great and powerful wind tore the mountains apart and shattered the rocks, but the Lord was not in the wind. After the wind there was an earthquake, but the Lord was not in the earthquake. After the earthquake came fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire came a gentle whisper. When Elijah heard it, he pulled his cloak over his face, and he went out and stood at the mouth of the cave. You know, we get goosebumps when we sense God in here. Could you imagine seeing God perform earth, wind, and fire, and he was in none of it? But God wasn't in the overt, loud, boisterous ways. He was in the whisper. Why didn't God show up in the wind? Elijah needed to sense the power of God. He needed to sense God's massive power in the moment, but God wasn't in the wind. Why wasn't God in the earthquake? Elijah needed to know more than ever in that moment that the world was at his fingertips, that he was the author and finisher of life, that he controlled the world. The world was in his hands. Why wasn't he in the fire? He saw the fire of God on the mountain. He knew that God could perform that. I don't know about you, but it's hard to make fire out of nothing. That would be a miraculous sign. But the word says he wasn't in the fire. I said, God, why did you whisper to Elijah when you got him out of the cave? God said, because I was close to him. Because I was close to him. He calls him out. He says, come here. You can only hear a whisper when you're close enough to hear it. See, Jesus doesn't overpower my fears with loud commands. He calls me closer. He draws us in. Get out of the cave today. I hear the Lord saying, what are you doing there? What are you doing in the cave? Come on, lift your hands across this room. Let's begin to just cry out to God. Lord, would you restore us today? Come on, if you feel like you're in the cave, would you just lift up your voice? The cave can mean many things for you. The cave can mean many things for you. It could be isolation that you put yourself in. It could be a place of identity crisis where you don't know who you are in King Jesus. It could be a place of lack of provision because you don't have enough faith to believe for tomorrow's bread. It could be a place where you just feel weary and bruised and broken. And today I'm here to claim and proclaim over your life that Jesus is victory. Jesus is victory. That God's calling you closer. Come to me, all who are weary and broken, for I will give you rest.